Hi guys, this is Lee from Pat IT. We are portable appliance testing specialists. This is what we do day in, day out. We are not electricians, but we are very good at what we do. We have identified this as a failure. Our customer said, take it away, we don't want it, we've got no more use for it. So I thought we'd make a little video about it. It's not going to take long. Right, so we've covered the name over because we just don't want any litigation coming back to us to say that you've been slanderous about our company, but nevertheless, we're going to go ahead and show you why we failed it. So, it all looks all nice and new and sparkly, hardly used. It's a class 2 appliance, it's got some information there, it's got a model number on it, all good, the cable was okay, the environment was good that it was in. We came to the plug, and look, we have half a sleeve on the earth pin. Even though this is a class 2 appliance, it doesn't really matter. However, it does not meet the British standard. It will either be a solid metal pin or a solid plastic pin, not half and half. Okay, so it doesn't rely on this earth because it's been class 2, but it does not meet British standards. We also then found that around these pins there is something called a creepage distance of 9mm. So from the edge here to this edge should be 9mm. This is actually only 5mm, which gives you a greater risk when upon extraction, if that was still live or switched on, if you pull that out from the socket, there may be a slight chance that you could get creepage across there because your fingers are closer to that pin. So you might get a small electric shock. We don't want that. So, and again, it doesn't meet British standards. Moving on, we open up the fuse carrier. And lo and behold, we've got a fake fuse. How do I know it's fake? It says it's a 3 amp fuse. There it is. It's actually brown. I don't know if you can see that. 3 amp fuses are red in colour. The writing should be red. 13 amp fuses are brown, not 3 amp. Okay. And the next thing we can look at is if we pop the caps open, and quite easily, he says. There we go. There is no sand inside it. And there is just a bit of fuse wire bent round the cap. And what actually happens is when they do that, you have a nice little bomb. So when these are fitted into these plugs and under fault conditions, it can go 2 ways, or it can go a few ways. One, it might not work under a fault condition and the cable heats up, burns, turns into a fire, etc. Or it could go something worse and it could actually explode. If you search YouTube or look for BBC Road Traders, they actually do experiments on these fake fuses, and they showed you what actually happens when this fake fuse blows. It actually blew it out of the socket. Again, could be quite dangerous. So, bag of pants. Another reason why we failed it. Let's have a look in the fuse carrier. If you can see, the moulding on the inside has crept through into that carrier, and the fuse was barely making contact. So if it's barely making contact, you may get arcing. If you get arcing, there's a chance it could overheat, cause a fire, etc, etc. So that's one of the reasons why I put this little video together. I'm not even going to attempt to open up the cable because the flex might be inferior as well. The parts inside might be inferior, but we're not going to go that far because this just tells me if they can't get the plug right, I doubt it the rest of it's going to be right. But I can't make that assumption. We failed it on the plug. The customer wasn't happy with the quality, so they just said, go for it, do a little video, and there we have it. So we hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was a little bit informative. If you've got any questions, please do leave them in the comments below. And thank you very much for watching.